I want to bring in the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. I think we've got his mic'd up now. The Democrats are teeing up housing affordability as its next weapon against President Trump. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner is now with me. Mr. Secretary, young people can't afford to buy homes. Got that. Earlier today on this program, our own real estate guy had some suggestions about how to improve things. First off, build on federal land. What would you say to that?
Yes, sir. Well, good morning. Well, yes, indeed, the affordability is too high. But you know what? The Democrats, this is what they do. This is a deflection from taking responsibility of what's going on in our country. Rent is too high. Inflation was high. The mortgage rates were high. Interest rates were high. But 77 million people around our country say, you know what, need a change. And so now we have President Trump. And under his leadership, we are bringing affordability down. I know at HUD, what we're doing is tackling the regulatory environment, bringing regulations down so that we can allow builders and developers to build more homes, to build more communities, to restore local control. And so, you know what, you're exactly right. The Democrats are doing what they do, not take responsibility, to deflect the responsibility. But here we are now, and we're making great changes.
Well, how about building on federal land?
Yes, sir. So we signed a memorandum of understanding with the Department of Interior to look and identify the under-resourced or underutilized federal lands around our country, not our state parks, not our beautiful forests, but land that the federal government owns that we may look at to build affordable housing. We need about 7 million units of affordable housing in our country. And so that's just one idea that we're looking at, but there's many that we're considering.
How about giving tax breaks to encourage builders, small-scale builders, local guys, giving tax breaks to them to get out there and build more houses? How about that?
Well, I think when you look at local building, you look at local developers, where you have to start really is with the localities, the mayors, economic development, planning and zoning, with the regulations that are really crippling development, crippling building. Tax incentives are one thing, and public-private partnerships, when you talk about the city and developers, that is a great solution, but we have to put the axe head to the root, and that's the regulatory environment. When regulations come down, then costs will come down, and then the supply can come up. And we've talked to many industry experts in the development and building sector, and that's the number one thing that they bring up, not tax incentives, but the regulatory environment.
One more for you, Mr. Secretary. Los Angeles plans to freeze rents. New York has a similar idea, rent freeze. How do you think that rent freezes would affect the housing market long term?
Well, it's only one reason why New York and California want rent freezes. That's because it's a socialist carve-out. We have over 12 million illegal aliens in our country. This is not prioritizing the American people. This is prioritizing illegal aliens that have come into our country illegally, and it's a socialist policy, and it's a carve-out. The American people have to be prioritized. Rent freeze in New York and LA, if you look at those two cities alone, millions of illegal aliens have flooded there, and that's why 77 million people, again, voted for conservative policies, capitalist policies, policies that prioritize the American people and not illegal aliens. And really, that's the point in case. It's not about the American people, it's about illegal aliens, and that's why you see requests for rent freezes.
I got it. Mr. Secretary, thanks very much for being with us today. Scott Turner, we appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.